Hi, Greg Robbins with Epek Broadheads, and we're pretty excited about the developments that we've been able to bring this to. We've got the durability, we've got the accuracy, we've got the massive laceration, and in getting to this point it's just a little bit different than it has been, so we want to just make sure we take you through all of the instructions on how to put it together and maybe how to change blades and those types of things. Okay, our Broadhead has some very unique features. It has an outer piece that slides over the inner piece and triggers the blades open. The other components that come with the Broadhead are the washer or the collar that simply slips onto the Broadhead and cushions the blow of the blades in between the arrow, the insert of the arrow and the Broadhead. We use an O-ring, a very high diameter durability O-ring, for the simple purposes of stopping the rear inertia from the shot of triggering and setting off our Broadhead, allowing it to fly in perfect aerodynamic flight. And then upon impact it just bumps the O-ring off and we get that extreme devastating cut. And that Broadhead is ready to hunt with right there. Second feature that we'd like to point out is the practice feature. Now this set screw right here holds the two pieces together, but it also allows the two pieces to slide. And when we want to practice with this Broadhead, we're just going to simply take that feature out, rotate over, there's a hole that doesn't allow it to slide, and reinsert that set screw until it's just barely snug. And what's happening now is that that won't slide, the blades will not come out, and you can verify your accuracy with a few shots before you go hunting with the exact same Broadhead that you hunt with. Okay, there might become a time that you might want to replace a blade for whatever reason. Probably recommend that once you shoot these through an animal, or if you shoot them quite a few times and understand that you're putting stress on things in any mechanical, I personally like to shoot new Broadheads into the animals that I hunt. But if you do want to replace blades, get in, clean things out. Might want to point out here that it's a wise idea that if you've shot through an animal and you've got blood and sinew and bacteria type producing tissue on these Broadheads, that over even a very short period of time and in different temperatures and such, that material can bind up the mechanics. And so you might want to take them apart, scrub them up if you're going to ever use them again. But I want to just show you the process in replacing the blades here. And it's just a very simple process. We're just going to simply take out the set screw hole. That set screw just holds the two pieces together. Now it's actually impossible for the outer piece to slide off because we've brought our blades into the diameter of the outer piece so that they're still aerodynamically enclosed, but they're right inside of that outer diameter. So we can't take that off, so we're just going to slide the outer piece forward, and that exposes our blade set screws that we can simply remove. There's 3 of those. And now that I have those out, I like to bring my outer piece back down so that I can use my tool and just flip the blades out of the slots, even though I'm not using my tool. Okay, now I've got all 3 blades out. I can remove the inner piece from the outer piece, and I want to show you a few unique things. This is a pressed neodymium magnet that is inside, and that actually holds our blades really tight for us when we reassemble. To reassemble, we have to do 2 things. We've got to line up our slide hole and our practice hole, those 2, with the corresponding holes on our outer piece. And so once we do that, we just simply slide down, expose our set screw blade holes, and we can simply insert the blades into the blade slots around the trigger, and they line up and stay in place with the magnet there. Line up, stay in place with the magnet, line up, stay in place with the magnet, and that makes it really, really easy for us to simply line up our set screws into the blade holes. Once all of those 3 blades are put in, then I'm just going to move my outer piece to where I can see the hole that my set screw needs to go in, just like we're changing it from hunt mode to practice mode, or practice mode to hunt mode. Now I'm going to put it in hunt mode. My blades are in, everything's working. It allows me to slide, and all 3 blades work really well. Yeah, I want to give you a tip about the O-ring that we use on this broadhead. The O-ring is simply used. It doesn't cover the blades. It doesn't restrict the any sort of blade action. It just simply is put at the rear part of the broadhead to overcome inertia. One thing about any sort of diameter of O-ring, of the rubber material, is that if it sits for a long time, it can settle. And so we recommend that while out in the field, while you're hunting, each and every day, you just simply move your very strong O-ring up and down your arrow and make sure that it has flexibility so that you do not have the possibility of that settling and causing a little bit of delay in deployment. As that is seated, you have absolute restriction from the rear side, and then from the front side, it allows all 3 blades to make great deployment. Okay, our blades come pretty dang sharp, and we've been impressed with that, but we've also heard that people would like them as sharp as they possibly can be. And so we were introduced to this process by Robert Williamson, who has a strapping leather, simple leather, rough side. We just put a little strapping agent that you can get at any sort of a nice knife sharpening store. We're just going to place that onto the leather and just pull our blade away from that agent on both sides. I'm just using a simple vice grip so it tightens it up, and I'm pulling it on that strapping agent. I'm just going to release it from the vice grip. And then we're going to just see a very honed, we in the picture? A very honed, that's a lot of, I think teenage girls would be very grossed out by that. But a very sharp blade. And that is a way to sharpen your blades as they come to you.